Okay, Sarah, how you doing? I've got your Chris Farley up here, and I just want to zoom in a little bit here because I want what I said to make sense to you. So let me explain it in two different ways. I want to explain it in terms of illustration. First, okay, whenever you can use Adobe Illustrator Live Trace to set up your own illustrations. I've used it to set up um, um, icons for information graphics. I've used it to set up a lot of different logos and a lot of different illustrations. But it's not a one-click trick, meaning that if I were to use Live Trace as an aid for me to give Chris Farley a digital portrait illustration, I certainly wouldn't stop here. What I would do from here is I would use this as like I said, as my aid. But see all of these little lines right here, like all those little jaggy lines, those are all very much indicative of the Live Trace tool. So in just a regular illustration, what I would do is I would start here and I would just start manipulating these points just so, well, I'm not going to do it because I'm not sure how the file's set up and I don't want to screw things up because then I have this whole thing as one. Oh, I see why that's happening because you have a layer over a layer. I see, okay. So anyways, what you would do is change, you could go in here and smooth out all of these things, or you could even go in here and just lock that down and then just retrace using smooth lines. Okay, so in other words, you would come in here and you would find, I don't know, let's continue using this shape. I would just come in here and really simplify this. You know what I'm saying? Like so. Instead of having all of these little, okay, I would make all those lines smooth. That is how you would go about this in terms of digital illustration. For the typography thing, I want you to understand this, okay? You have too many colors here. Right now I'm seeing one. I already erased one. I deleted one, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm seeing at least 8 different colors, shades of gray between full black and full white. So that's too many. I believe the project requirements suggest to use 3 or 4. I don't remember, or maybe it's 3 or 4. But at any rate, the reason that's so important for this assignment is this. Now, typographically, you're going to use this as kind of like your foundation for your typographic illustration. So the reason you have these different tones here is that so eventually you can go in and see that shape that I was working on right there. So I could go in there and I could take this white right here and I could duplicate that kind of color white and I could start filling in white typography right in there. All right, in that area right there. Then I could come over here and take this area of gray, and again, I'm having trouble selecting here because I'm not, okay, this area of gray. I could come in here and then find more type, that color, and just start filling in typography. You know what I'm saying? Then I could come into the black and start filling in type in black. Then that gray. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why we're building this in layers of tonal range, as it were, this digital portrait. So I want that to make sense. If it doesn't, please get with me because I'll need to explain this a little further so that the digital portrait using typography makes sense to you. Okay, good job, thanks.